Yeah. Hey man, what's up?
What's up, my guy?
Just working at home. I'm tired of being home.
Yeah, I dig that, man. Same thing here. Just working out at home. I built
Yeah.
a whole gym in my basement just to have
Did
everything.
you?
Yeah, I have everything short of a ring.
I know, I know.
A ski
That's
bag,
funny.
a balloon bag, heavy bag. Like I went above and beyond.
I
I
love
ordered a
it. I
brand.
love it.
I
Yeah,
I
I've been.
ordered a brand new a faster treadmill because the one I had was like a slower, low budget one, so I had to get a newer one.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, as long as you're getting that work in until we're able to get you guys out there again, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
That's cool. All right, so I'm gonna do an intro. So this is my guest. He's flyweight or it's a catchweight, right?
Uh, Flyweight, super flyweight. I fight at honestly whatever weight I want. I can fight anywhere from 108 to 118, I would say.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. So this is my guest, Miguel Cartagena. I hope I'm saying the last name right because I'm not always
Cartagena.
Cartagena.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. He's got a record of 15-5-1. I first saw him fight at Parks last year. He fought Jesus Soleil. He might have he might have gotten the result that he wanted, but he had the best trunks of the whole entire card. Though they were some fly colors. I was like, man,
Thanks, thanks.
yeah. All right, so I'll start with the basic questions first, and then we'll start getting the boxing. So what part of Philly are you from?
I'm born and raised in North Philly, but now I reside in like the Northeast.
The Northeast? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually from the Northeast too. I'm from like
Uh,
Welsh and the Boulevard. Yeah.
oh, all right. So it's like literally down the street from me.
Oh, okay, cool.
Uh,
What age did you start boxing at?
I started boxing in 2000, year 2000. I was 7 years old.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Wow, young.
that's when yeah. Yeah, I started as a little kid. My dad just wanted me to have something to do. I was like a little hyper little kid. So he just wanted me to have something to do, be active, and like try to keep me out of the streets.
Yeah, I feel you on that. So I was reading you had a great amateur background and all. So for those that don't know, why don't you talk about how many fights you've had? If you do remember your record, if you're like the ones that fought like hundreds of fights and all,
No,
if you can give us,
I
that'd be cool.
remember it because I always like results of going back to my book and just looking at it, just old time memories and everything. So I'm pretty familiar with it. As far as I can recall, I had 187
Ooh,
amateur fights.
damn.
Um, my losses was 11 losses, and that was just my U.S. record.
Yeah.
I went overseas a couple of times. I fought overseas like 6, 7 times.
hmm
Um, I fought a couple Olympians. So
Okay. And then you fought in the Golden Gloves, right?
yep, in 2009.
Okay. And then you wound up winning the Golden Gloves and
Yep,
all.
I won. I was 16 years old when I won it in the men's division.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was in 2009.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I
It was a
also
great feeling.
yeah. I also love when the boxers keep their amateur books too, because I usually like to hear when they open them up and look at it. Like it's like really cool
Yeah,
that
I have like a kind of like a scrapbook, I would say.
oh,
I
that's
just like
awesome.
a bunch of like tickets and lanyards and all different kind of things. Just
Oh
filled up
wow.
with a bunch of crap.
Yeah. That's awesome. I usually like to answer this too. So I've gotten like wide answers from the boxers. So when did you know at what point of amateurs? It didn't have to be your last fight. It could be it in the middle. When did you know that you were ready to go pro?
I honestly believe I was always ready to go pro. Like I never had like the Olympic dream.
hmm
I never I was that was never in my dreams to be like an Olympian. Um, in my heart, do I feel like I should have probably waited and at least tried to do it? Yeah, I believe I should have at least tried. but I didn't. But it was never in my heart to do it. Like I'm too flashy, I would say. I like that light too much, that spotlight. So I like to
Yeah.
be like seeing the glitz and glamour and
Hmm.
cameras and fans. Like I like all that amateur. You don't really experience that as much.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean that's actually a good answer. I mean, like everybody wants the best for themselves anyway. So I mean, you just wanted to go and get it. So
Yeah,
gotta respect that. Also, another question I have is one of my favorite answers to learn about the nerves and all. So your first pro fight was March 26th, 2011, versus Omar Gonzalez
yeah.
at the Boardwalk Hall in AC. So what were your nerves like before the
We
fight? Were you nervous or was it like everyday business?
um. I I would say I was more overconfident than nervous.
Okay.
I felt like I don't know. I felt like I just couldn't be stopped. I was untouchable. I was so high on myself
Hmm.
that it was a crazy feeling. But on the other hand, I can say like me, I fought at 118 pounds. The guy was a bigger fight. He already had like I think his record was like 7-4. He already had like 11, 12 fights.
Hmm.
So on the other hand, I was very high on myself, but like internally, I did have uh not doubts, but nervousness. I would say, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
So overall, I would say mixed emotion. I kind of
Mixed
contradicted my
emotions.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then what I remember from that Parks fight, like you obviously being the main event, like you actually drew a really big crowd. So did you have a huge crowd, of course, being local, and then just taking a short trip to AC?
Yeah, I've always had like a nice following. Um, if I would say like fans come and go, like they'll support
Hmm.
you while you're on
Right.
top and while you're winning and undefeated. Fans just keep on adding, but throughout all my losses and everything, I did see like I had a nice amount of steady fans that stood
Yes.
with me, which I completely appreciate.
Okay. Yeah. No. And then obviously with the losses, you see who the actual real
Oh yeah,
ones are. They actually want
for
to,
sure.
they're actually calling you and say, "Hey, yo,
Yeah.
I want to buy tickets for Parks and all." Yeah.
Trust me, I learned that way too hard. I learned that.
Damn.
I was
Um.
undefeated. I had way too many friends, and now
Oh, of
it's
course.
like
Yeah. Everyone's a friend now.
everybody wanted to be a piece of the pie.
Yep. Of course. Which also leads to my next question. So you started out with a house on fire. Your first 12 fights were 12-0. Were you starting to feel a little overconfident, or were you just getting more and more confident that you're able to beat these guys down and win?
Um, not I'm not gonna say I got overconfident because I've always been a confident,
Hmm.
cocky-ish person. I'm not saying like I'm super cocky, but I'm definitely a little overconfident sometimes.
Okay.
But I would say like being as I was winning fights and at the level I was winning them at,
Hmm.
I think I got a little lazy in the way I trained and
Okay.
the way I carried myself or how I thought about fight other fighters. Like I knew like I was good and yeah, but I didn't really think about like, well, they're trained to fight as well.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I didn't think about that part. I just thought about like I know I can train. I know I was doing good, but I never really thought about them training.
Right. All right. Yeah. No. It's all good. So I also like to ask these because I like to give people a feel because everyone goes through ups and downs. So I like to hear about the emotional part. So obviously, you had your first loss in 2014. So we're not going to get into the details of the fight because I'm a real one and I keep it real. So I wanted to ask. So what was the
No,
emotions like after?
we get into any details you want. I'm not
Gotcha.
ashamed of my
Yeah,
career.
yeah, yeah. Of course.
I'm an open book, man. I speak about
I
how
appreciate
everything
it. Yeah.
is.
So I just like wanted to know, like, like when you went back into the locker room, were you just eager to get back into the gym, or did you take a little bit of time to reflect on that first loss?
Um, I was out of the gym about 2 weeks, and then
Okay,
I went right back.
perfect.
Not that I was more eager to get back in the ring. I was more focused on the mental aspect of myself. I felt like I had to really start analyzing how I carried myself.
Hmm.
So
Okay, and then for those that are watching too, I actually respect that Miguel just only took two weeks off to get back into the gym because a lot of pressures made on fighters because, of course, of Floyd Mayweather, where like they feel like if they get their first loss, that
yeah,
their career's over.
that undefeated stigma is
Right,
like that. Floyd is Floyd Mayweather. Like
right,
he
exactly,
is himself. There isn't going to be another him.
right,
And I
never,
feel like that's why I don't follow MMA a lot, but
right.
I do like the way they carry their fighters, in
Hmm.
which like a fighter could be 4-0 and he'll have three straight losses and he'll still get a championship fight and
Right,
still whine being
exactly.
a champion and still being a crown king at that weight with a record of 7-5 or something.
Right.
Like they give their fight they stick with their fighters through and through. And
Yeah.
boxing really don't do that. They kind of like give up on somebody who wants to get like one or
Right.
two fights, one or two losses, and they give up on the fighters.
Right. Exactly. This is why you have to keep grinding. Like, look at Gabe Rosado. A lot of people could have written him off after losing the Triple G, but
Yeah,
people like watching Gabe fight,
yeah.
even though
He's an
yeah.
entertaining fighter, man.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you can't help but to respect him. He's entertaining. He gives it his all. Like does he come up with the victories? No, but it's a damn sure enjoyable fight.
Right. Oh yeah. He's the best of the best, and he would actually rather die in the ring than just
Yeah,
just by
yeah.
taking the L. It's crazy.
Likewise.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. Like this is why I love the Philly fighters and all too, and I'm always proud to support whether it's club fights, whether it's a fight that's at the Barclays Center. I'll always try to go or try to watch it on TV. I'm always supporting the Philly fighters for sure.
Yeah, man. We appreciate that, man.
Definitely. So obviously after the first loss, you went 3-4-1, and obviously you want to keep fighting. So I just wanted to ask, like, what do you have planned? So obviously with the pandemic now, like 2020, we might not see you guys in the ring until maybe I'm hoping sooner, but like
I would
July,
say
August, or September.
I don't even think that soon. I know Top Rank is doing some like the UFC just had a non-crowded
Hmm.
event, and I know Bob Arum. I seen him. He was thinking about doing the same thing.
Yes.
But is he gonna pull the trigger? I don't know. So I would
Yeah.
say realistically, I would say like August, September, but
Yeah.
anything's
So
possible.
yes. So I follow a lot of the top rank guys. So I saw, and of course, Sonny Conto, of course, took it down. Sounds
Yeah.
like Bob has something planned for June 23rd. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but I think that's during the week or something like that. So I guess they're gonna do something in
Yeah,
Vegas, and then
I
I
think
follow.
he had in Vegas because Vegas is supposed to be like one of the first places that's opening up little by little. I know they have they're thinking about opening up like casinos next week or something
Yes.
like that. So
Oh
and
yeah,
just
yeah,
have
definitely.
just moderating the people they let in at a time and
Hmm.
whatnot.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm like hoping and praying to see the next Johan fight. I think is going to be August, and they got another one in October. So I'm hoping that we get those guys in there to get that purse.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I
for sure.
know, I know, I know that they're hurting and all. So it sucks.
Dude, there ain't no 401k. There ain't no
Nah,
unemployment. There ain't no
right.
unemployment line for boxers.
It's terrible. Yeah,
So
it's so bad. Um, So, what was your favorite win of your career? I mean, like I know that you're still in the prime of your career, and you're gonna keep fighting. So what so far has been probably your favorite win?
thus
Would you
far,
say?
probably my championship fight when I fought for the IBO title.
Oh wow,
Um,
okay.
yeah, I won that belt. That was probably Uh, one of the best feelings ever. Me and my longtime trainer had took the fight, and we were so like in tune with each other. Like
Hmm.
he knew what he wanted me to do. I knew what he wanted. Like it was just like all was just too perfect for me.
That's
He's
awesome.
I went up winning that fight at 122. I weighed in like 118. They made me re-weigh in because I was in another weight class. It was a scary fight because I was so small and I was so big. But me and my trainer just knew like at that time with that guy with my mindset like I could have probably fought anyone that day and I would have probably won regardless.
Oh
It was
wow.
just that
Yeah.
day was just like a special day for me. I was 23 years old. It was literally I fought July. The fight was scheduled for July 4th.
Oh wow.
Right. I didn't
Yeah.
wind up fighting until 12:30 in the morning,
That's
which
crazy.
which is July 5th. July
Yeah.
5th is my birthday.
Oh wow. That's actually a nice birthday gift right there.
Yeah, and I was turning 23. 23 is my favorite, one of my favorite numbers. So like, there was just so many like clues to like,
Yeah.
yeah, this was it for you.
Oh wow. Yeah. That was like so meant to be. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
that was probably one of my favorite, memorable and like overall through and through experience wise. I think
Yeah.
that's probably my favorite fight. There's a
Okay.
few other fights where I actually like enjoyed the actual fight a
Mhm.
lot, but through and through a whole experience, that's probably my favorite fight.
Okay. Cool. That's awesome. Everything was and all. That's like a really cool how everything basically played in your cards and all. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
like legit, everything was in my favor.
Yeah. So for some people that don't know about the grind, so like people think that pro boxers like they're all not getting the huge payday. So I see that you're working and all too, which is great. So why don't you talk about the grind of how to manage a full time job to of course pay the bills and put food on the table for the family, and then also to manage trying to be a boxer too, where I know like a lot of days after putting a full day's work in, you might not want to, go and train and all.
Yeah, after putting a full day's work, and you know, the first thing that comes to mind is going home and go to sleep. You don't think
Yeah.
about training. Cool. Quick recap. I never I never really had a job. Like boxing was my job.
Hmm.
So I got a job when I lost my last fight. I got a job, started working,
Okay.
and just to give myself time to really find my soul, find myself. Because even though like I kept on like I lost a few times, and I always kept on going back to trying to figure out who I was, and results of finding my inner demon. But I would always just drift away from it. Like it'll come, it'll last a little bit, and it'll just go away. So what I decided was I was gonna just work and just enjoy my life. I
Right.
wasn't gonna like. I thought about boxing every day. I wanted to train every day, but I just didn't. I didn't train for 9 months. Uh, I didn't train. I just did. I just worked and came home and just I was a dad and as just a dad and a boyfriend. That's all I was.
Yeah.
Um,
That's actually really good though
that's
that
all
you
I
wound
thought
up getting
about.
back in there.
Yeah, but and then I just kept on saying, right? I was like, geez, I need something to get me back into boxing. I need something to get me back into boxing because I hate working, man. All I want to do is
I know.
train.
I know.
I don't care about nothing else. Training makes me happy. So if I can train every day, and I don't need to be rich to be happy. Like
Right.
I mean, like if I could, that'd be awesome. But
Yeah.
As long as I got boxing in my life, I'm happy. And like that was a void in my life. So like just complaining every day. I would go to work. I would come home complaining to you like it was a sucky day. Like I'm making good money, but I'm not happy.
Right.
I'm making good money, but I'm not happy. So I was like, and my lady kept on telling me like just quit or like go back to boxing. Like it is what it is. She wants me to be happy. Nah, cool. Like, but I just never pulled the trigger. And then when this whole pandemic thing happened, I'm like, well, yeah, this my job let us off and everything. So I'm just sitting at home. I'm just thinking. I'm like, well, I guess this is my sign to start.
Yeah, I know.
So I was just like, all right. So me and my girl, we just gutted out the basement, cleaned everything out, and we built a gym full
That's
throttle.
awesome.
We just ordered bags, double end bags, treadmill. We just did it above and beyond. And we was like, you know what? We're just gonna train every day.
Yeah, that is awesome to hear because like I know a lot of like athletes and all usually walk away prematurely, but I'm glad
Yeah,
that you didn't walk away because like you could be sitting in your couch randomly just thinking about five years from now saying, "Damn, I think I walked away too early. I wish
yeah.
I wish I'd get back in
And
there."
it's crazy because in right before the pandemic,
Mhm.
in that time of me manifesting my thoughts and whatnot, I was offered a few like really good opportunities, and my gut was like, man, I can 2 3 weeks I can get in shape.
Right.
I'll take him. I don't care. But I just never pulled the trigger. So I stuck through I stuck through to what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to give my time because I've been boxing since 2000. I
Yes.
never took any breaks. Like throughout all these years, I've always 20 years of boxing, no breaks, just
That's
through and
awesome.
through, training every day. Like I took a week break here and there, but overall, I never took any breaks. So taking 9 months off was like such a relief for my body, and it just helps me that I don't gain weight as well because
Yeah.
I'm still walking around 119, 120, so eating whatever I want.
That's perfect. Yeah. That actually leads to my next question. So this is also one of my favorites. So I have about like four or five favorite questions that I use whenever I interview the Philly fighters.
So you got 4 or 5 favorite questions. So which one is your favorite out of your favorites?
Oh man, I would probably say, whew, I'd probably like the pro debut one just to show that boxers are humans.
Right.
And yeah, but this one I guess would be my fourth favorite then.
All right. So
um,
you first.
yeah, so this one I love to give people what it's like to cut weight and the nutrition. You got to stay fit for being either a bantam, catch weight, super catch weight. So what do you usually cut out of your diet in order to make the weight?
I really can't lie here, man. I can't lie. Um, I really don't change much. Like
That's crazy.
I don't gain weight. I
Wow.
once I'm in full fight mode, the weight just flies off. It's more me having me more my team telling me to eat them. It'd be 3 4 weeks out ahead of the fight, and I'm already on
Yeah.
weight. They be telling me like, "Yo, you gotta gain weight. Like you way too low, way too early. Like gain
Yeah.
weight." Like I never have an issue with weight. Weight would never be one of my issue. I've always told myself I would never disrespect the sport of boxing and become come into a fight overweight.
Gotcha.
So that's always a big issue with me is me listening to my team and like them telling me like you got so much time, stay on, stay in a sense, stay fat. I'm never fat, but stay
Yeah.
heavy because by next week I could be at 112
Right.
and have no issue. Like it's my body just consumes water weight. Couple good jogs, couple really good workouts, and I'm on weight.
That's
So
awesome. Yeah.
I don't really cut much out of my diet. I don't really drink soda as of now. Anyway, I drink probably a lot of ginger ale. But other than that, like different sodas and stuff, I really don't drink. I'm more of
Gotcha.
a juice kind of guy. But even that, like, I don't snack too much. So it's like, I don't really cut much out of my diet. So if anything, I have to eat more to stay higher in weight than lose weight.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, if you ever want to gain weight, my mom's a huge Italian cook, so she'll hit you with the meatballs and the
I was
spaghetti.
in, I'm not a fan of spaghetti at all, man.
Oh man.
I spent a long time in Italy, so
Yeah.
I went over there at 106, fighting at 106. I came back at 114. uh, yeah, so like me and pasta really don't get along anymore.
It's
I
over with
got like
pasta. That's it.
yeah, I got burnt out.
That's funny. Um, so I know we touched up a little bit on this question, but I kind of want to ask again. So I guess we'll kind of wash out 2020. I know it's a little too early to do 2021. So before I did this interview, I usually like to kind of do a little bit of research on the fighters that I'm interviewing. So I heard on an
Hmm.
interview before your Parks fight that you had a little bit long of a layoff because you were trying to get the fights you wanted to get, but you didn't get the fights that you wanted. So for 2021 or even maybe now, how many fights do you think you're gonna try to want to do? Like, do you want to be that guy that wants to fight 4 to 6 times?
If you let me, man, I'll fight every other weekend. If you let
Perfect.
me, but it's more about like me regrouping my team right now, and coming up with a plan and
Hmm.
having them like see what's available, what's the best possible move for me.
Okay.
So as far as fighting, let me fight every other week, and I don't care. But
Love it.
we'll just have to see what makes the most sense for me right now, because
Okay.
um I have three back to back straight losses,
Yes.
but which doesn't bother me. Like it is what it is. I'm proud of my career. I'm not ashamed or upset about it. I've made
Right. It
mistakes.
happens.
Fights didn't go the way I wanted. Blah blah. No excuses. I
Yeah.
respect it. I'm happy. I'm proud of my career. But
Right.
like two or three good wins, and I'm right
You're back
back
in there.
in the rankings of fighting for a title, especially at my weight, anywhere between 108 and 115.
Right. Yeah.
Like
I mean, like, look at Tevin. Like, Tevin was
there's
like 1-4, and he wound up
yeah,
becoming a champion. So I mean, like,
yeah,
anything's possible.
yeah,
So
yeah.
somebody, so before I get into my last two questions, this is actually a funny question. So Steve knows Joey DeWaco. So
The
he
Waco,
asked
yeah.
if yes, so he asked if you ever fought him, Steve. So
Joe,
they used to be on the same team, and Joey's like 100 pounds
yeah,
heavier than him, so they would never.
Joey's always been the biggest guy in the weights,
Yeah,
and I've always been the littlest guy.
that's
We're
funny.
like nine different weight classes apart.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there's no chance that we'd be able to get these guys in the ring unless it's like a
Ever.
cage fight. That's it.
Yeah,
Not playing.
ever.
That's funny. All right, so
Yeah.
I got two more questions. I'm gonna let you go. So these are fun ones. So I just added these in. So this is so if you could have a chance to have dinner with three fighters, they could be dead or alive. Who who would they be, and what restaurant would you go to?
Alright, so Diego Corrales, Roy
Okay,
Jones Jr.,
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones, Diego Corrales, and I would probably say Camacho.
Camacho. Okay.
Just because a lot of people told me like I have a resemblance of him when I speak Spanish. I talk like him sometimes. So I would just like to finally meet him and just experience him and hear him in person and all.
That's awesome. And then what
What
restaurant?
restaurants?
Yeah.
Um, anything not Italian, anything Spanish. I'm good with anything.
Okay. All right.
Anything
Maybe a
Spanish.
last.
Yeah, Spanish or Japanese food like sushi,
All right.
pho, something like that. I'm always down with Japanese food or Spanish food.
Yeah. I'm always down for a last margaritas trip. So it's all it's all good.
Yeah,
So my last one, I've been doing a poll with the boxers. So what's your favorite cheesesteak spot in Philly when you're not cutting weight?
Steve's. Well,
Steve's.
I'm never really cutting weight. It's
Yeah,
more
true,
gaining weight.
true. You never have to
Steve.
lose weight.
Yeah, Steve's.
Steve's Princess
Steve's is my
Steaks.
Steve's is my favorite.
All right.
But it can also be a toss up to either Steve or Ishkabibble's on South Street.
Ishkabibbles, yeah.
And I never eat a cheesesteak. I always eat chicken cheesesteak.
Okay. Yeah, you're
So
uh you're making a lot of the Northeast Philly followers proud because everybody
yeah,
always hypes up Steve's.
yeah, I like Steve's. I live not that far away, so
Yeah,
Steve's
yeah.
is the place to be, man.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Steve's if I'm in anywhere in the Northeast. If I'm in South Philly, it's Ishkabibble's.
gotcha. And then also I wanted to show you something before I let you go. I found this literally before I did the interview with you. So I usually keep the program books and stuff from the fights I go to. So on the
Uh,
back, so on the back of a program book, it was Steve Cunningham versus Natu Vicenia. They Rocco's Collision did a
yeah,
ad, and it has Joey on there, Tyrone Brunson, Ray Serrano, you, Tevin, and
is
Jason
is
Sosa.
that
So
the
here
picture?
it is.
Yeah, and that was a picture of us in front of his shop. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that picture.
My God. I'll have to try to get this signed by all yous at some
yeah,
point. Definitely, yeah.
yeah, for sure.
That's
I'm always down to link up and like have some fun or do whatever. I'm down.
yes, yes. Since you live so close, what to link up or something? Definitely.
Yeah, you got my number, so you can always just
Yeah.
hit my line, shoot me a text, shoot me a call, whatever.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Definitely.
We'll figure it out. You
Yeah.
know, thing.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we
No
always
problem,
appreciate
man. This
watching
was
you,
fun.
man.
This was
Yeah. Oh
fun,
yeah.
man.
It's a lot of fun. Thank you, Miguel. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem at all, man.
All right. I'll see you
All right.
around.
Yes, sir.